It was a quiet night in Abuja when Chidi Okonkwo held the hand of the girl he had loved since he was 16. Her name was Amaka Ibrahim, and her eyes always sparkled like the stars above the city. But their love was a dangerous one. Chidi's father, Honorable Chief Okonkwo, and Amaka's father, Senator Ibrahim, were enemies. Not just political enemies. Enemies with blood on their hands. Their fight had started many years ago when both men were running for the same powerful seat in government. They once smiled at each other in public, but behind closed doors, they sent spies, destroyed reputations, and made threats. It became a war, and everybody knew it. But love does not care about family fights. Chidi and Amaka had met at a secret charity event in Lagos. Chidi had been forced by his mother to attend, and Amaka had come with her aunt, who didn't know much about politics. Their eyes met across the hall, and something clicked. Now, after 2 years of hiding and sneaking around, they sat together near a quiet bush path behind the Okonkwo estate. Chidi held her hand tightly. "We have to run away, Amaka," he whispered. "We can't keep living like this." Amaka's heart was beating fast. What if they find us? What if they come after us? "Let them come," Chidi said. "I'll protect you." But as they spoke those words, a car drove into the compound fast, too fast. Chidi stood up quickly. "Stay here," he told her and ran toward the noise. Moments later, the house lit up with screams. Chidi's mother was crying in front of the sitting room. His younger sister, Ada, was shouting, "They've killed him. They've killed Daddy." Chief Okonkwo was lying on the ground, blood pouring from his chest. He was dead. Chidi froze. And that was the moment everything changed. The whole Abuja was shaking with the news the next morning. Chief Okonkwo assassinated, the headlines screamed. The news went viral. Some said it was political enemies. Others said it was an inside job. But many believed it was one man, Senator Ibrahim, Amaka's father. Chidi could not breathe. His chest was heavy. He sat beside his father's body, holding his cold hand. His uncles, cousins, and friends were angry. They shouted, cursed, and cried. One of them, Uncle Kolu, stood up and said, "This is war. We will not rest until the Ibrahim family pays." But Chidi didn't speak. He kept thinking about Amaka. Could her father really do this? That evening, Chidi sneaked out of the compound and went to the secret place behind the bush path. Amaka was already there, hiding behind a tree. She was shaking. Her eyes were red from crying. "I heard what happened," she said softly. "I swear, Chidi. My father didn't do it. He's shot too. He's crying at home." Chidi looked into her eyes. "They say he did it. My family wants revenge. We have to leave, Chidi. If we stay here, it will become blood for blood." He nodded. "Tonight. We leave tonight." But it was not that easy. They didn't know someone was watching them from the shadows. A man in black, holding a camera. He smiled quietly and whispered, "Perfect." That night, Chidi packed a bag with money, clothes, and a small photo of his father. He didn't know where they would go, but he knew they had to run. If he stayed, he would be forced into war. And he didn't want to fight Amaka's family. At midnight, Amaka jumped out through the window of her room. She wore a long black hoodie and carried a small bag. She didn't say goodbye to her mother. She just ran. They met near the old mango tree. Chidi held her hand, and they ran toward the road. They had planned to take a night bus to Enugu. From there, they would hide and plan a new life. But just as they reached the roadside, a black SUV pulled up. 4 men jumped out. "Where do you think you're going?" one of them shouted. Chidi pushed Amaka behind him. "Don't touch her." The men grabbed both of them and threw them into the car. It was Uncle Kolu. He turned from the front seat and said, "Chidi, you're running away with the daughter of the man who killed your father." Chidi's mouth was dry. "We don't know if he did it." Kolu's face turned red. "Don't be foolish. You're a man now. You have to protect our name. That girl is the enemy. Amaka began to cry. I love her, Chidi said. Uncle Kolu's face twisted with anger. Then you're a disgrace. They were locked inside a small room at the back of the compound. The windows were too high, and the door was made of iron. Amaka sat on the cold floor, hugging herself. This is my fault, she whispered. Chidi sat beside her. No. It's not. We fell in love. That's not a crime. She looked at him. They are going to kill me, Chidi. I heard what your uncle said on the phone. He said I should be used as a message. Chidi's heart dropped. They won't. I won't let them. That night, he stayed awake while she slept. He didn't know what to do, but he knew he had to get her out. In the morning, his mother came in. She was dressed in black, her eyes swollen. You loved her, she asked quietly. Chidi nodded. Even though her father is the reason your own father is lying in the ground. Chidi stood. We don't know that for sure. His mother looked at Amaka. Go. Run. I leave the door open. But if you leave, don't ever come back. Chidi was shocked. Mommy. I've already lost my husband, she said. I won't lose my son too. If you stay, you'll be forced to kill. Leave. Chidi took Amaka's hand. And they ran again. But someone was following them. They didn't know where they were going. Chidi and Amaka just ran. Their feet hurt. Their eyes burned from crying. Their clothes were soaked with sweat. All they had was each other. They finally stopped near an old abandoned market on the outskirts of town. It was quiet. Nobody was there. They hid behind some empty stalls and lay down on the cold cement floor. Amaka started crying again. I miss my mother, she whispered. She used to plait my hair and sing to me. Now she doesn't even know where I am. Chidi held her hand. I miss mine too. She let us go, but I know she's hurting. She just buried my father. I left her alone. Amaka looked at him. Do you regret running away with me? He shook his head. Never. But his heart was breaking. That night, they had nothing to eat. No clean clothes. No place to sleep. Just fear and pain. In the early morning, a call came to Amaka's phone. It was her mother. She answered in tears. Amaka. Where are you? Your father, he's been arrested. The police said he's the one who planned Chief Okonkwo's murder. Amaka dropped the phone. No, she whispered. It's not true. Chidi picked it up. Hello, Ma. Her mother's voice was shaking. Chidi, you have to protect her. The people who killed your father, they are after both of you. They want you dead. They don't want peace. Chidi felt cold. They are using both our families, he said slowly. Somebody is making sure we hate each other. He looked at Amaka. I think your father and mine were both set up. Later that day, they went to a cyber cafe. Chidi used a fake name to log into the internet. He started searching through blogs, political news, and secret leaks. And then they saw it. A video clip, blurry but clear enough to recognize the man. It was the man in black who had followed them in the bush. He was placing something under Chief Okonkwo's car. A bomb. Chidi froze. I know this man, he whispered. That's Danjua. He used to work for Uncle Kolu. Amaka covered her mouth. You think? Chidi nodded. It was my uncle who planned my father's death. He stood up fast. We have to go to the police. But Amaka pulled him back. You can't. You go there, they'll kill you before you talk. Your uncle is powerful. Tears filled Chidi's eyes. My father was killed by his own brother. And now, everyone is blaming your father. Amaka hugged him tight. We can't fix this if we're dead. Just then, the cafe lights went out. A strange man entered. "Run," Amaka whispered. They ran through the back. The man chased them. They didn't stop until they reached a small church. It was raining heavily. The doors were open. They rushed inside and collapsed on the floor, breathing hard. The pastor came out from the back. He was a quiet man with kind eyes. "My children," he said softly. "Why are you running?" Chidi looked up at him with wet eyes. "Because we are in love. But everyone we love wants us dead." The pastor took them in. He gave them food, dry clothes, and a place to sleep. He didn't ask too many questions. But he listened. That night, Chidi knelt down beside the old wooden bed. "God," he whispered. "Why? Why did my father die? Why are they blaming Amaka's family? Why is love not enough?" His tears soaked into the bedsheet. Amaka came and knelt beside him. "Do you think we'll ever be free?" He looked at her. "I don't know." But deep inside, something was changing. He no longer just wanted to run. He wanted the truth. He wanted justice. But before they could do anything, the pastor was gone the next morning. The door was open. And on the table, there was a note. "They know where you are. I had to leave to protect you. Trust no one. Not even your blood." Amaka gasped. "They found us again." Chidi clenched his fists. "They will not stop. Not until we stop them first." 3 days later, they made a decision. They would return to Abuja. They would gather evidence. They would expose Uncle Kolu. It was dangerous. But it was the only way to clear Amaka's father and find peace. They reached a small town where Chidi had a cousin, Obina. He was a quiet tech guy who loved computers more than people. But he was loyal. Chidi explained everything. Obina didn't even blink. "You're not crazy," he said. "You're just in a war." He brought out his laptop. "I've seen strange bank alerts from Uncle Kolu. Money going in and out. Payments made the day your father died." Chidi nodded. "Can we prove it?" Obina nodded. "Yes. But it will take time." Amaka touched Chidi's shoulder. "We need to hurry. My father is in prison. He's getting sick. They won't even let him speak." Chidi's heart broke again. He had once wished her father dead. Now he just wanted to save him. Obina worked day and night. He found bank transfers from Uncle Kolu to a private group of killers. He found voice recordings, secret photos, and even chats between Kolu and the man who planted the bomb. Everything was falling into place. They gathered the evidence in a flash drive. Obina smiled. "Once we drop this in the right hands, the truth will go public." Chidi held the flash drive in his palm and closed his eyes. "I'm doing this for my father." Amaka held his hand. "And I'm doing it for mine." They returned to Abuja with Obina, disguised and moving like shadows. They went to a trusted female journalist, Auntie Monaiki. She was known for fearlessly exposing the truth. She looked at the files, her mouth open. "This is huge," she said. "The country will shake when I publish this. But you must be careful. People will come for your heads." "We are ready," Chidi said. The next morning, the news exploded. Exclusive, Chief Okonkwo's murder was an inside job. Senator Ibrahim innocent. Massive political cover-up exposed. People shouted in the streets. Some cried. Others were angry. Uncle Kolu vanished. The police went after him. Senator Ibrahim was released from prison, sick and thin, but smiling at his daughter on TV. It looked like the war was over. Chidi and Amaka were happy again. They were even planning to visit their parents together. But that same night, while they sat under the moonlight, holding hands and talking about their future, a car slowly pulled up. Out stepped Chief Okonkwo. Alive. Standing. Smiling. Chidi jumped up. Daddy. Amaka gasped. How? Chief Okonkwo opened his arms. My son. You've done well. Chidi ran to hug him, shaking. I thought you were dead. I had to fake it, Chief Okonkwo said. It was the only way to clean the house. I knew my brother wanted me gone. I had to let him try, and then expose him. Chidi stepped back. So, you planned all of this? He nodded. The enemies were too many. I trusted no one. Not even you. Amaka stared at him. You let me suffer. You let my father rot in prison. Chief Okonkwo looked at her, calm. Your father was part of the game too. But he was tired. I gave him a chance to step down quietly. But he refused. So, I had to make him suffer. Chidi shook his head. You ruined lives. Chief Okonkwo frowned. I did what I had to do to survive. Chidi's eyes filled with tears. You are worse than Uncle Kolu. Chief Okonkwo stepped closer. Come home, my son. You've done well. It's time to take your place beside me. Chidi looked at Amaka. Her eyes begged him not to go. He looked back at the man who raised him. And then he stepped away. No, he said. You died the day you chose power over truth. Chief Okonkwo's face hardened. Chidi held Amaka's hand tightly. We choose love. We choose peace. As they walked away into the darkness, sirens were heard. The police had arrived. Chief Okonkwo raised his hands calmly. He smiled again. Because even in defeat, he had always planned for a twist. But this time, love won. Moral lesson: true love requires courage, but blind loyalty to power destroys everything. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting stories.